So if you guys are anything like I am, you like to save money, and even in small things such as LUTs and presets for your photos and your videos. If you're watching this, you probably have your favorite YouTubers and other creators out there that make awesome LUTs and presets, and I'm not telling you not to go buy them. Go buy their LUTs, go buy their presets, and support them if you have the funds to do so. But what do you do if you don't have the money to invest in all these expensive things? Because I've seen some of these LUTs and presets go for as much as hundreds of dollars. Well, today I'm going to teach you guys how to create your own LUTs for your videos, much like this one that I use in my videos for totally free. Maybe just a slight disclaimer, you already need to have Photoshop. But let's get into today's video. So I hope you're ready to jump into the mysterious world of LUTs, because it's honestly really not that mysterious at all. It's pretty easy to edit these things. If you've ever made presets in Adobe Lightroom, then this is going to be a breeze for you. Just we're jumping into a totally different program, but here's exactly how we're going to do this. First of all, you need to select a clip, and basically we're just going to grab a freeze frame of this. Now here's the easiest way you could do it. If you're on a Mac, all you're going to do is go full screen really quickly, and oh gosh, the thumbnails I always choose for myself. So what you want to do is hold in Command, Shift, and 3. Just like that, it's going to take a screenshot for you. And then we're going to hop on over to Photoshop, and we're just going to open that screenshot right up. What we need to do is actually make this a background layer. So with this layer selected, you want to go up here to the layer menu at the top, and you want to go to new, and then background from layer, and then you're complete at that point. So now you just kind of got to figure out what you want to do with your scene. Here where it says properties and adjustments, make sure adjustments is selected, because we are going to be using these adjustment layers to make our effects. So let's say you want to kind of crush your blacks and have a little bit more of a faded look like I do. The first thing you want to do is add a curves adjustment here, and we're going to start with this bottom anchor point, and we're just going to pull it up. And what that's going to do is lift up those shadows and just kind of crush our blacks. But we need to add some more back in, so we're just going to go ahead and pull that little guy back down to our liking. And basically what you're doing is just adjusting this until the scene looks how you want it to look. So then we're going to kind of play with our highlights a little bit, maybe pull our midtones up just slightly, and then just kind of get a look that looks exactly what you want. And then after you've done your curves adjustment here, then you could go in and add some more adjustments. So let's say we want to kind of play around with our color balance. So let's go with our shadows. Maybe we want to add a little bit more of like that teal color in our shadows. So we'll kind of go with our blues a little bit. Now we can fix this because you notice our skin tone here is starting to go crazy, but our midtones is kind of where we can control that. So we'll add a little bit of red back into the midtone section, and that's going to eliminate some of those blues we just put in, and then maybe kind of pull our midtones also a little bit to the yellow. Now in our highlights, we can actually pull those a little bit more towards the red, and then kind of pull our sections around here to kind of balance everything out. So now you can see what our color balance has done. It's taken it from this kind of warm reddish look, and then we add in the color balance, and it kind of makes it a little bit more even. Now you can go into other adjustments here and kind of play around with it to your little heart's desire. I mean, whatever you want to do here is totally up to you. So whenever you're happy with the way that the LUT looks and you have all your different layers added in, you fine-tuned everything, you need to save it now. So what we're going to do is go up to File and actually go down to Export, and we're going to export this as a color lookup table. And you can save this wherever you like. For the description, what I'm going to do is call this Chadeveryday LUT tutorial. You can put a copyright here if you like, and then I always save mine as a cube file. That's just how I do it, and I'm going to leave everything else exactly how it is. All you need to do is hit OK. Now it's going to open up the Save dialog box. You choose where you want to save it. CE tutorial LUT.LUT. I'm going to save this to my desktop, and then we're done. So now all you have to do is jump back into your editing program. Again, I use Final Cut Pro. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and add myself a adjustment layer on top of the clip. And then with that adjustment layer selected, I'm going to use my free plugin, the Pixel Film Studios LUT Loader, and I'm going to drop that right there on my adjustment layer. Now, once I drop that on there, what it's going to do is open up this LUT Loader dialog for me to be able to find that LUT and add it to this adjustment layer. So I'm just going to go to Choose External LUT. I'm going to go to my desktop, and then I'm going to get my CE LUT cube here, And then you can see that it's added it, and you can turn it on, you can turn it off, and kind of see the adjustments it's making. Now, when you're adding a LUT to footage, the rule of thumb is to start at 0 and then slide this thing up until you get a look that you're happy with. So for most LUTs, it's going to be around 50% to kind of give it that nice look where it's not overpowering, but it kind of shows in the LUT. You know, and for this particular LUT on this video, I could technically do 100% and it look okay because this LUT was specifically created using this video. So if I wanted to use 100% throughout the course of this video with this LUT, I could very well do that. However, for future videos, it may not be the same because your lighting changes and there's different dynamics. So that's just something to always think about.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I'm glad I could bring it to you. If it did help you and you learned a little something today, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, be sure to create something new today.